What's up, guys? So I'm working on a few things right now in the studio, but I was just thinking back on some of like my first shows and shit, and just wanted to share some funny stories, some whatever things that I don't know if I've ever talked about before. So a few of my first shows that I did, obviously were super awkward and just fucking weird or funny or whatever the fuck it was. So the first one I did, my stepbrother was working at this like really fancy restaurant. It was like I would say like more like a lounge type of thing, like a lounge bar type area and shit. And I remember it being like super upscale with like a dress code and blah blah whatever. And I was probably like 15, 16 years old. I was only able to get in because my stepbrother worked there and was able to get me through or whatever, because like you couldn't be there unless you were 21 and older, which still I'm kind of confused because it was an upscale spot, so I'm surprised they let me do this. But anyway, so there was this live band that pretty much I guess it must have been like every Fridays or something, whatever it was, they'd have people. It was kind of like this open mic thing where, the live band would just play something, blah blah. Somebody would come up and perform on there, sing, rap, whatever, kind of just like an open mic thing, but with a live band. So I came like, so I came prepared like I'm looking in the mirror and shit, trying to pick out my best outfit or whatever. I remember I had this like button down shirt. I definitely popped the collar up. The collar I feel like was like a fucking like Spawn's cape. I think I might have had a few of the buttons out. Didn't have chest hair at the time, so I don't know what I was showing exactly. And I had this like really bad like spiky gelled hair and shit, which is even better. I'm just trying to give you the full the full picture of just how ridiculous this was. I also have sunglasses on. Spot is so dark, and I'm rocking these sunglasses, which, I am looking like the biggest douche ever. And I don't know why I thought, because, like, I feel like I should have been more self-aware. Like, I definitely knew that that's what a douche did, but maybe, like, I wanted to douche it up, or I don't know. Anyway, so I come in like that, and I step up. It's like my time to perform or whatever. At first it was weird too, because like it wasn't over the instrumental that I recorded it over. So it's a little more difficult. Like somebody's just gonna play me a random beat or something. But I was just excited I had a chance to perform finally in front of also a bunch of these like older people and shit. They're just chilling, drinking, and all of a sudden this little kid comes up. So I go up to the band and they're like, all right, well, what do you want? Like, what kind of tempo or blah blah do you want us to do? And I'm like, give me something hip hop. And they all start dying laughing, and they're just like, oh my god, yeah. He said, and I remember like the drummer looks at me and like he goes to the whole band and he's like, oh, he said that he wants something hip hop. He went, and they're all laughing, I'm thinking like, all right. I'm confident enough. I'm being well. I look like a douche, so I guess I'm confident, I'm cocky and shit. And I'm just thinking in my head like, yo, as soon as they play this and I start rapping, their minds are gonna change and everything. Which actually it did work. Like it went over pretty well. I remember. I think my brother might have had it on video. Yeah, he probably had it on some camcorder or something. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I obviously was freaking out. Mainly, I was wearing the sunglasses because I was fucking nervous, and I think that I didn't want anybody to see me, or I didn't want to make eye contact with anyone. But that was like one of my first times. I think that was probably my first time performing. These are some of my like very very first performances. So I did that one. Another one that I did was at my senior prom. For my senior prom, I was fucking in love with this one girl. I was like head over heels in love with her. She was like, I was in high school and shit. I didn't do nothing. I was super quiet. I just like stayed in the back of classes or whatever. Super shy. I was just writing raps all day. But she was like one of like the popular girls and shit. Head over heels and, well, what I thought was love anyway. You're a fucking kid and you're stupid. But so she's wild, and I was supposed to go to prom with her. So she ends up, I don't know, there's like some kind of banquet, or I don't even know what the fuck a banquet is. Whatever the fuck, there's something going on in school. This is just funny because I'm talking about this, but this leads up to the performance. Oh, what the fuck am I talking? I don't know what the fuck a banquet is. Special event, and there's these waiters and waitresses or whatever. Long story short, she shows up like drunk out of her fucking mind, and ends up making out with one of the waiters, and ends up getting like suspended. Which, I mean, I mean, that would make sense why I was in love with her. Yeah, so now I was just like, all right, well, I don't even want to go to prom now. But instead, two of my other friends were like they didn't have dates either, so they're like, yo, let's go together. So I'm thinking like, all right, cool, I can show up with these two girls instead. Like, that'll be dope or whatever. I didn't want to go to prom at all. Only reason why I was gonna go was because I thought that was gonna impress the other girl anyway. Because I was like, well, she's gonna go to prom, so I'm gonna be jealous if she goes with somebody else. But anyway, I already bought the ticket. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go just because. But I talked to the DJ, and he was like, yo, you can like perform. You can perform a song or whatever. So now I'm thinking I'm able to perform at my senior prom in front of a lot of like my classmates and shit. Like, they knew that I rapped, and I'm always like passing out CDs and shit, but I never like perform live. So the whole time, I don't even give a fuck about prom. I didn't dance once. I didn't give a shit about any of that. I'm just in the hallway, just marching up and down, just marching up and down, up and down, up and down, just constantly repeating my lyrics, just making sure that I don't forget it. Don't forget about rap. Pretty much it's just one verse. It's like I'll probably be there like a minute, 30 seconds or something. Don't even give a fuck about the senior prom or anything that's going on. And as soon as it was like my time to shine, and like the DJ calls me up and shit, and I start rapping in front of people, and people liked it and people dug it. And it was cool. I mean, it was good because like I didn't want to go to senior prom at all or do any of that shit. So that made it better. And it's actually like, I'm sure a lot of other people have better memories, like, having sex. Yeah, so this video is going a lot longer than I already thought, so I'll do like part 2, I'll do more of these or whatever, if you guys want to hear more stories like that. So again, just follow, subscribe, do all that good shit, keep following up with me. I've been dropping a bunch of random new songs, Bandcamp, Spotify, iTunes, if iTunes is even a thing anymore. I'm not even sure what's going on with that. Just stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys later.